Just let you know how hard I work. Now, I know everybody has their method, but I would say that mine is pretty intricate. Okay, you see this here? Not only have I put all of my jokes on separate little pieces of paper, I have color-coded them and numbered them. So you see that? It is pretty cool, though. It's fucking amazing. It is complicated, though, I'll say that. It's very, very complicated. Because I'm obviously, like, going out of order. Like, it's very weird. So if you can see here, it's like, it's like you go up here, and then down here, and then over here, and then back up here. It's very complex. This one's a little easier to follow. I didn't have to number this one. I just had to color code this one. Yeah, man. You know what's funny, though, is my friend Todd apologized to me for being a spoil sport, because he said, man, I'm sorry that I didn't really find those people funny, but they were just, you know, talking about sex nonstop, and it was just like kind of a low-hanging fruit. Yes, that's exactly what it is. Don't be sorry for that. We have to hear it 3 times a week. Why do you think we took so many breaks from comedy? It's just so depressing. So now they're not talking about Trump, so they're just talking about their dicks. And so that's how you know, like, who's doing comedy. It's like, oh, it's a dude doing comedy because he's talking about his penis. They're like, oh, it's a female doing comedy because she's talking about her pussy. Oh, it's a homosexual doing comedy because they're talking about gay sex. Well, that's not true, though, because there are plenty of dudes that talk about gay sex that aren't homosexual. They feel like it's necessary to talk about gay sex. Whether you're homosexual or not, yes. Well, you definitely can tell who's actually gay and who's just pandering. But yeah, it's like if you have to talk about gay sex in order to be cool, like that's really, it's really weird. This is just such a strange culture. Like, it's not just that it's bad. It's just so weird. It's weird that people think that this is good or this is like a positive thing. Like, people don't look at this like there's anything wrong with it, you know. But I get up there and talk about how bad it is to masturbate. That's cool. Hi, Paisley. Speaking of my pussy, I get it. She's a cat. Meow. I know. You can be a pussy all you want. You can be a pussy. It's okay. It's socially acceptable. You don't have to talk about your pussy because you are the pussy. Isn't that right? But yeah. It's definitely low-hanging fruit to talk about sex, but because it's so ingrained in our culture now, and because comedy's not pushing it, and it's just totally mainstream and nobody questions anything that we're told or sold, people just go along with the culture. And I've definitely heard people like actually say, well, I'm just going to talk about my dick because, that joke's not working, so I'm just going to talk about playing with myself, or I'm going to talk about some weird sexual experience that I had that, maybe back in the day nobody would want to hear about it, but for whatever reason now it's socially acceptable to talk about that. I'm not a prude or anything. I'm definitely not against vulgarity, but it's just boring. Like I keep saying, it's boring and it's annoying and it's silly talk because nobody's enjoying any of it. I think they're making it blatantly obvious that nobody's having a good time. Remember back when like an orgy or like a menage a trois, that sounded fun, that sounded extravagant. Well, it's not anymore. It's lame. If you can't even enjoy just having sex with one person, I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. But it's not the only part of the culture I don't get, so it's no.